Welcome back from the break, Rams. I'm Gabrielle Hibbits.
And I'm Chigozie Ozor. In the midst of what has been a very contentious election cycle, political campaigns, interest groups, and celebrities alike have spent billions of dollars in efforts to get the vote out. But is that enough? We asked some students on campus to find out.
I am voting this November.
I am voting this November.
I think everyone should vote because I think it's like, if you're not voting, it's doing the opposite effect. So people have to voice their opinion and what they think.
I can't confidently say that I want to vote for either candidate, and if I'm not going to be able to fully feel justified in my decision, then I don't want to do it.
And while most of the attention each election cycle is on the presidential candidates, there are several consequential pieces of legislation that are also on the ballot this November. Some of these issues are especially important to CSU students.
I think one of the biggest ones for me is immigration.
Women's reproductive rights, for sure.
The first thing that comes to mind is abortion rights.
Personally, abortion rights.
I'd say abortion and just human rights in general.
Definitely abortion, education, general economic stuff. Housing's a big thing.
In addition to billions of dollars spent on commercials, billboards, and other advertisements, celebrity endorsements have become a cornerstone of election coverage. With both major parties' national conventions featuring the likes of Oprah Winfrey, Hulk Hogan, Kid Rock, and Stephen Curry, celebrities certainly play a role. Taylor Swift, with her endorsement of Kamala Harris, was able to single-handedly drive 35,000 people to register to vote. These endorsements often result in backlash and controversy from the public. Here's what CSU students had to say about them.
I think they're really stupid. You'll see some football player telling you to vote for one candidate and you're like, why the hell should I listen to you? You're not even smart. You're fast. Who cares?
Especially during election years, I think they're important to get people who don't usually vote out to vote, because I think that even if you're a celebrity and you have that influence, you should use that influence for good.
I think celebrities should be endorsing people, especially if they're voicing their opinion. I don't think they should be afraid to kind of say how they feel. I think most celebrities fear the backlash.
It is kind of interesting to see who different celebrities are endorsing, but I don't think it really influences me too much.
It doesn't really influence my decision. I feel like a lot of celebrities aren't important to me, but I can see how it can be influential to other students or people who are ooh, I aspire to be the celebrity. And
No, I think they're a joke, and whenever I see them I kind of laugh, because it's why should these famous people be telling me what I should do with my own personal politics and personal problems?
Well, whether you were voting because of Taylor Swift or because of important policy positions, it is important to know what exactly is on the ballot. This year, a constitutional right to abortion, school choice, law enforcement funding, and ranked choice voting are just some of the ballot measures in Colorado. More information about your specific ballot can be found at vote.org.
With the presidential election only being 40 days away, politics has become a common topic in conversation among students and has been frequently mentioned in classes, especially political science courses. An inherent concern is that students may experience bias in government and politics classes during election season, and that their opinions could be influenced by how the professors go about framing and presenting certain political events. At CSU, many students and professors are conscientiously straying away from political bias.
While some students and parents worry about political indoctrination in college government and politics classes, the reality is that many students feel that their professors talk about politics in a very neutral manner, allowing students to think freely for themselves.
I think that specifically my teacher, she's done a really good job of being pretty unbiased and pretty moderate about what party that she would support or that she thinks that we as young voters should be supporting, which I think is important, because you want to make sure that you're putting out correct information and factual information, but also giving room for people to form their own opinions also. But yeah, I think it's just really valuable to get the knowledge that you can from your education and from political, whether that be political science classes or government classes, and being able to have the space to kind of give your own opinion is really powerful, and I think the teachers do a really good job at CSU of fostering that space to be able to do that. So yeah, I would say voting is just really important right now.
While professors have their own political ideologies, many instructors, such as Jennifer Castle, who teaches state and local government, are consciously aware of how material is presented in class, veering away from expressing their individual opinions.
That is absolutely a concern that I think about during every class. Always try to be unbiased and present both sides, which of course can be difficult, and it can be difficult personally, right? But knowing that it's my role to educate, it's not my role to advocate for one side over the other. I want to give my students all the information that they need and that they want, and then they can inform, or they can make their own informed decisions, whether that's to the left or whether that's to the right. I just want to be the presenter of that information. Showing the clip that I did about the debate, I did it because it correlated with one of the chapters and topics that we had already covered, and I knew that students would probably be biased in seeing it simply because there was a very stark division between the two candidates. Had it been, I say normal, had it been, you know, a normal Republican and a normal Democrat, I think we could have engaged in a much deeper policy debate and really kind of dug into the issue. But yeah, again, kind of the environment that we're in just sparks divisiveness, sparks some outlandish kind of things, and so I knew to expect that, but still we're in that environment, so we're going to talk about that environment and we're going to approach it head on, and we're just going to have to deal with it the way that it is, and because that's what we're living through.
While the current political climate is very polarized, political science faculty and students are actively fostering an environment where all opinions and viewpoints are valued equally. Political science classes at CSU are not an opportunity for certain viewpoints to be pushed upon students, but rather present opportunities to hear multiple perspectives, increase ballot literacy, and develop a better understanding of policy issues at hand. All CSU political science faculty encourage students to vote this November.